Welcome, welcome, welcome to episode 367 of the show with no name. I'm your humble host, Nick, and in today's episode, we're going to be visiting another little old farmer pioneer cemetery out in the middle of nowhere in Washington State. This cemetery goes by the name of the Whelan Cemetery. And I have a lot of interesting people to talk about in this cemetery, so I'm going to split this up into a 3-part series. So let's just get into it. The interesting thing about this cemetery is it's about 130 years old, and it's home to more than 400 wildflowers and different plant species. And people from all over the state come and dig some of these plants out and bring them elsewhere just to kind of help preserve them and whatnot. The first person that I'm going to talk about that's buried in this cemetery's name was Christopher C. Branham. And he was born in Cook County, Illinois on May 5th, 1836, and he died in his home in Whitman County, Washington Territory of spinal fever on February 23rd, 1888. He moved from Illinois to Iowa, it is thought, when young, and from there to Kansas in 1856. He was married to Miss B.J. Riley in 1857, and then he joined the Methodist Church when he was 31 years of age, and he also joined the Masonic fraternity when he was 32, of both which he was a faithful member. In 1877, he moved to Washington Territory. He always lived on a farm, and he was well known in this county and had many friends here as well. Now I want to talk about the Fleener family. I'm going to start out with David Beckman Fleener. And he was born on January 8th, 1848 in Harrison County, Missouri. And he would pass away on January 6, 1932 at the age of 83 in Whitman County, Washington. He's buried here next to his wife, and her name is Jane Turner Fleener. And she was born the day after Christmas in 1866 in Missouri. And she would pass away on January 15th, 1891 at the young age of 24 in Whitman County, Washington. I'm not really sure the cause of her death, but she definitely passed away far, far too young. David's father, Samuel Fleener, is also buried in this cemetery, and he was born on July the 2nd of 1815 in Scott County, Virginia. And he would pass away on May 6, 1903 at the age of 87 in Pomeroy, Garfield County, Washington State. He lost his first wife on the Oregon Trail when they were immigrating to Washington State. And he would remarry, but then he would lose his second wife a good 15, 16 years before he would pass away. So both of his wives are buried in different cemeteries, but at least he gets to be here with his son and his daughter-in-law. Last but not least, I want to talk about William Thomas Grant. And he was born on March 4th, 1821 in London, England. And he would pass away on April 20th, 1913 at the age of 92 in Whitman County, Washington. And I don't have much information on him, and I know that his wife isn't buried with him here, and I don't think any of his children are either. And in fact, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't even know who is who in this photo. I just found a photo of Grant and a couple members of his family, and I'm not even sure which one could be him.